Hello, social media family. Tonight's appetite enhanced supper is going to be cauliflower steaks and dirty cabbage. And as you see, we are doing the double-decker appetite enhancer this evening. Make sure y'all keep watch. See how this goes. And now in order to make our cauliflower steaks, we are going to start out with a marinade, because you want to marinate them for at least 20 to 30 minutes to get the actual flavor inside of your cauliflower. But we are going to start off with, and this is all off the top of the dome, this is what I have in the house, so this is what I want to try to use. We're going to do some beef shawarma, about 3 tablespoons of that. Now you can use any seasonings that you want. I'm using what I have. We're gonna do some adobo. And we're gonna do about 2 tablespoons of that. Some onion powder. And that's gonna be about 2 tablespoons, because you got to remember this is going to be a marinade and you want all these seasonings to marinate together. Then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. I'm going to have to get some more of that because I'm almost out. I am officially out. We just used the last of it. We're going to do a teaspoon of black pepper. We can get this thing on open. And I'm going to use some Montreal steak seasoning to give it that really good steak flavor. Now, I've never made this before. I don't know what it's going to taste like, but we're going to make it do what it do. Everything I make turns out good. And then for our liquid, because that's all our dry seasonings, our liquid is going to be 1/4 cup of vegetable oil with 3/4 cups of white vinegar. And we're going to pour that into, and then you're going to mix it all together very, very well until it's all incorporated. It smells good already, just the seasoning itself. And now I added the beef shawarma in just to give it a little bit of a beefy flavor. I mean, if you don't have any beef shawarma, I guess you could use some beef bouillon or some better than beef bouillon. I don't have any of that. So, like I said, we're going to make it do what it do with what we got. All right. There we go. That's what it should look like, you know, dark brown. It should be all seasoning in there. And now the vinegar is to, I don't know, to my marinades. So that's what we have done. And the oil is to make sure that everything sticks to the meat or the cauliflower, whatever you're doing, whatever kind of marinade you're doing. And that's the final mix. And then off to our cauliflower. Now, our cauliflower is already washed, and it's just a little baby head. I took everything off because it was fresh. And we're going to cut them into about 1-inch sections. You want them at least 1 inch thick because you want to be able to marinate them. I cut my ends off first, and then my ends will be used for something else, be it I'll make cauliflower chips. Tomorrow I may make some, cauliflower buffalo chicken. Who knows? But I will use every part of this cauliflower. So we do not have to worry about wasting. I won't make anything with the cauliflower tonight, but we will have it at a later date. But now that you have it all cut up, you want them like I said, 1-inch thick patties. And then we're going to take them and set them in our marinade. So we're going to do one. And I'm only cooking for myself. Nobody is here with me this evening. My fiance is at home. This is piece number 2. And we're going to do piece number 3. You see it. And now you're going to want to let them marinate for about 20 minutes before you do anything with them. And so that the cauliflower doesn't break up, I've got it sitting on the one side. I'm going to do one side for 10 minutes. And then I'll do I'll flip them over and let them marinate for another 10 minutes on the other side before we start the cooking process. And now, while our steaks are marinating, we are going to start on the ingredients for our dirty rice. I've got my cast iron skillet on a medium-low, more towards the low end. And I'm going to chop up, we've got 4 pieces of thick cut bacon here, or what the store calls thick cut bacon. We're going to chop it up into smaller pieces. You know what? That knife ain't going to work, so we're going to use the scissors. That's why I had them out. There we go. I guess I could turn the phone a little bit so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And we just starting out this YouTube channel. Like I said before, we're doing this by ourselves. So video quality will start getting better, once I get some cameramen and editors and a better space. But right now we just doing it in the kitchen, because I like to be home. So it is what it is. But yep. And it doesn't have to be cut into, big giant pieces. It's just whatever shape you like to have it in, because it's going to cook down anyway. But we got those 4 pieces already cut up. Now we're going to take our warming cast iron. Now that we have our bacon in there, yes, we had some little cauliflower pieces left over, so they got scraped in there too. But you're going to want to cook this until it is the way you like it, whether it's extra crispy or just a little brown or whatever. But I'll be cooking mine for a minute because I like the crispy bacon, because then once you add your cauliflower in, it's going to soften up just a little anyway. But that's your browning process. And now that the bacon is done, we're going to take it out of the pan and set it aside. you don't want to take any of that oil or fat out of there. No, no, no. Because then we're going to take some chopped up shrimp and cook it right on in there. And now once you have the shrimp in the cast iron, make sure it's not going to stick to the bottom. I mean, even though it has bacon grease in the bottom. And that's why you don't want to get rid of the grease, because it's going to help with your flavoring as it cooks along. But make sure you don't overcook your shrimp. Turn it just, you know, opaquely pink. Unless you already bought pink shrimp, then skip that whole shrimp process. You just cut your shrimp in half and add it to it when your cabbage is almost completely cooked, because then you only want to have it warm up. You don't need to actually cook it. I used raw shrimp. And with all these parasites going around and shit, I'm not doing all that. So make sure it's cooked to at least pink, because while it's in there mixed with your cabbage and it's cooking down, it's going to keep cooking. But do your major cooking first, because I tell you what, you do not want no parasites. I have you some explosive diarrhea like they all talking about and everything. And now while your shrimp is cooking, because, you know, I'm wheelchair height, so I'm right here. I can do this and multitask at the same time. Some of y'all got to walk all the way across the kitchen. Now, I'm lucky that my counter and my stovetop is right next to each other. And I'm in a wheelchair, so it's perfect height for me right now. But in the meantime, while your shrimp is cooking, we are going to start cutting up our veggies. And the veggies that we are using is going to be the red onions, because you know me and my onions. And I'm doing 6 peppers only because I don't have big ones. They're all little ones, like yellow, the orange. And once your shrimp gets like that, we're going to remove this and put it to the side as well. Because like I said, this is dirty cabbage. So we got couple more, well, just one more meat to put in here. Got 3 different meats and 1, 2, 3 different types of veggies, so it's gonna be a good one. But this is the last meat ingredient. We're gonna take ground sausage and cook that on up. And now, yes, it looks like link sausage, and that's because I didn't have no ground sausage, so I have a sweet Italian sausage. I took it out of its casing, and we're just gonna cook the inside without the casing. But you know what we gotta do. Oh, I see, I left a piece of shrimp in there. That out the way. But yeah, we're gonna cook that down, brown it, and ground it up. And now back to the vegetables. So they're already washed and everything. We're just gonna go ahead and cut them up. Take the insides out, because you don't need the seeds or nothing in there. Oh, come on. There we go. Once your sausage is ground and broke up, I put about a half a cup of water in the bottom just because I didn't want to add anything else. But look at all that. I mean, it's got all the brown and it's got all the seasoning from the other 3 meat all tied in there. But anyway, now you want to go ahead and drop your veggies in. And once you get your veggies all in there and everything, then just mix it around with the meat. Let it cook in there for just a little bit with the sausage so it can start to soften. Unless you like crunchy veggies inside of your cabbage. I don't. I like everything to be the same texture, so cook that for like a minute or two while I cut up this cabbage. Now we have our washed half a head of cabbage dried off. Just gonna cut it on down. We got our cabbage all cut up. We're gonna put half of the cabbage inside of here. So basically, so you wanna make sure you open it up. I think we can get a little bit more on this side right there. Okay, there we go. And now, as usual, we're going to add some adobo. And some black pepper. And then I'll add the other half. And then again, some more adobo. And more black pepper. And now we're gonna let that sit for a minute and then start stirring it up. Now in the meantime, while the cabbage is cooking, and I know you should have I should have put a lid on it. I don't have a lid that fits that pan. None of my cast irons got lids, so we just make it do what it do. But in the meantime, you got your steaks. So you take out the marinade, put on a non-stick pan, or if you don't have a non-stick pan, your pans are kind of used. Use a little bit of spray oil, a little bit of vegetable oil brushed around there, you know, something. And then we're going to take just a little bit, because we're not going to get rid of this marinade yet during the cooking process. We're going to put some of this marinade right on top of the cauliflower steaks. I mean, it smells good too, so hopefully it tastes good. But if it don't, I know never to do it again. And I only thought of this because I wanted a steak really bad, y'all. But I don't have no red meat in the house. All I got is chicken. And that was a fly, y'all. Because the painters came over and painted the front door, and they had the screen door and the what's called a door all the way open. I'm trying to swat them up out of here. I'm doing the best I can, but that seems to be just one straight one that I can't get rid of. But then we're going to put it in our preheated oven on what? Say it with me, y'all. Say it with me, y'all. 350. I know that's right. That's my favorite cooking temp. But while that's in there, once you get it in the oven, Then we start stirring up the cabbage over here. Let it cook down some more. And now you're gonna let your steaks cook in the oven for like 10 minutes on one side, flip them over, put some more of that marinade on it, and another 10 minutes on that side. Now once your cabbage gets down like that, still got about another 20 minutes on it maybe till it's about exactly right. But you want to take your shrimp, and now you want to mix that in. Now we're at the last 5 minutes of the cooking process for this. So we're going to take our pre-cooked bacon, put that on top, and then mix that on in. Here's the finished product. And now we're gonna go ahead and try this dirty cabbage. There you go. I got your piece with some shrimp. You try it. What you think? Is it seasoned enough? Then I only used adobo and just the greases from the meats. And a little bit of pepper. Mm-hmm. 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 Now we're about to do this cauliflower. You want to be brave and take the first bite? Or you want me to take the first bite? All right, fuck it, it's food. I got the first bite. Don't taste too bad. Yeah, try it. Could use a little something extra, but I don't know. But it's not too bad. So that means when I make the wings, yeah, because them little pieces that I had left on there, left on the cutting board that I didn't use from the ends, I put them up and put them in the refrigerator. We're going to do something with them tomorrow. I don't know. So it's going to be a short little video because it's going to be a snack series. That's not bad. Pretty good. Probably would be better with some beef bouillon, but it is what it is for the beef shawarma. Let's ready the cabbage. Hey, we'll get you some more cauliflower. Right. Not too bad. I haven't figured out the perfect seasonings for it yet, but we'll get it down right. Alright. I'm about to finish off this food without y'all, so deuces.